Hello, I'm Eric from Bosch, and I'm going to show you how to use a circular saw with a guide rail. Benefits of using a guide rail really is accuracy, precision if you like. Even with a standard parallel guide, it is possible to make a fairly crooked cut on a circular saw, with a circular saw. So this is the GKS 65 GCE. It has a cut capacity of 65mm, and the G is significant. All our saws now, professional saws with G, means they are compatible with the Bosch FSN guide rail system, like you see here, sitting on this piece of ply. At the bottom of the saw, we have two slots. The thinner slot makes this saw compatible with our guide rail, but the larger slot also makes the saw compatible with competitors' guide rails. A lot of standard circular saws can be used with guide rails, but there are limitations. One of those limitations is when you actually want to make a cut at, say, 45 degrees to make a bevel cut, because of where the blade enters the wood. You'll see on this machine, if I tilt the tool over to make that cut, that the position that the blade has with the wood remains precisely the same, right over to 45 degrees. So there's no danger that the saw will damage the guide rail. So we'll just set it up at 90 degrees to make a simple cut. You need to set the machine to the correct depth, of course. This would be just 3 or 4 millimeters deeper than the wood that you're cutting. Please remember to allow for the thickness of the guide rail. That's about an extra 5 millimeters you need to account for, because the machine is sitting on a guide rail, which limits your cutting depth just a little bit. So I think we're about right for that now. So we're going to hook up the dust extractor. We haven't clamped the guide rail. There are gripping strips underneath which hold the guide rail really well. You can add clamps if you want to, but generally the grip strips underneath are perfectly okay. Perfectly straight cut. If you tune the saw to this anti-splinter strip here, which you do when the guide rails are new, just for making a very shallow cut, then this acts as an anti-splinter device, and so the edge of the wood then will remain really clean. So for very straight, very precise cuts on work pieces that need to fit together, then the guide rail really is your only option. And these guide rails go up to 3.1 meters in length, and you can add as many as you like together for those larger work pieces. So if you're really serious about precision, straight cuts, precise cuts, splinter-free cuts, then guide rail is the way to go.